Okay, now we need to guard some pages if the user is not logged in. Right now, as we are logged in and we can get into, for example, shopping cart, right? But what if the user is not logged in and we don't want them to access to the shopping cart page or any of these pages before they really log in? Right now, if I just copy this page and let's say if I log out, if I manually enter this page, see, it goes through. So it doesn't matter if the user is logged in or not. Now we want to guard the pages and reroute the user to the login page if they are not logged in. Let's go ahead and in this guard folder, which is empty right now, we want to generate another file which is called guard. Okay, this is how we do it. ngg, which means generate, and g for guard, and we want to put it in our guards folder, and we are gonna name it auth. Okay, so let's go ahead, ng generate guard, and then in our folder guards, and we name it auth. Okay, it's going to create it in here. So what type of the guard we are creating can activate. Okay, and here it is. Now just open this auth guard. Okay, the first thing we need to do is to have a constructor here. Let's inject user service. And also I want to have a router so we can reroute the user to the login page if the user is not logged in. So router. Okay, the router is imported here and our user service is imported from our services. Okay, there we go. Okay, now by default the can active is returning true. We want to change this part. We imported this user service to make sure if the user is logged in or not. So let's perform that with this user service dot auth state, which means if the user was logged in, then there is an auth state returned from Firebase. Dot pipe, we pipe through it, and here we need to import map from RXJS operators, and this one is map. Okay, map. Then we have auth state and let it go through. If auth state exists, which means the user has logged in properly, return true. Okay, this part is else basically. If the user is not logged in, return false. That's it. Now let's go ahead into our routing module. We are going to apply that auth guard into our routing module. Let's apply it to some of these pages. For example, for our shopping cart, we say can activate. Okay, now we can have auth guard here basically, and it's going to be imported from our guards. We can apply the same thing to orders. Let's have it on manage orders and manage products, and no access can be free, and the wildcard doesn't need it either. Okay, let's go ahead. It's all saved. Let's go back to our page. Okay, now if I paste this URL, see, it cannot go through. Now the only thing is left is to reroute the user to the login page. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back to the guard. Okay, let's go here, router dot navigate login. That's it. Now if the user is not logged in, they are going to be routed to the login page. Let's go ahead and test the application. I'm going to paste this address one more time. There we go. Let's try it here. See, shopping cart. It reroutes us to the login page anyway. But if I enter an invalid URL, let's say like this, it goes to the not found works because we didn't apply that guard to this page. Okay, so we generated this guard. We applied it to our app routing module, and we send the user to the, it should be login page if the URL is entered manually. Okay, we did this part as well. The next part is to place some guards based on the user's role.